my hope was we could tie that bridge back to your feeling that something needs to be revolutionized.
Well, I think right at the beginning of when you started speaking, you talked about how important our stories were for starting our businesses and dedicating our life and this, all the suffering that goes into building a business. My story was that I was a kid who really wanted to play sports when I was younger, but my father was a pediatrician, very busy, not an athlete, didn't know anything about sports. I was that kid on the playing field in 4th and 5th grade that nobody wanted on their team. No, you take him, no, you take him, and you're going back and forth. That's a tough place to be, especially as a boy when you're growing up. So I always said if I had sons that I would make sure that they were great at sports. And not in a way that was like that father that forced them, but like cultivated a love of sports so they'd have confidence. So I had the boys, 2 of them, and they became very athletic. I dedicated a lot of time with them, coaching them, teaching them how to throw and catch. It really takes somebody to do that. And all the kids that can't throw or can't catch, most of the time it's because they didn't have a dad or a mom who was out there playing with them. That's kind of how Maximum Performance Yoga came about. My pursuit and dedication to kids feeling good about themselves. And it went to a different level when I started coaching youth football. And I saw kids coming to the football field from areas of poverty and violence. My sons and I loved the joy that they would feel playing sports. Forget about where they came from, and when they were on the football field, having a great time. I became a friend, a father figure to a lot of these boys. They would come over, spend time with my sons and I. And that's when they were 9, 10 years old. Now we're continuing these friendships. And a few weeks ago, one of them came over and he had an ankle bracelet on because he'd gotten into a fight. He spent 4 nights in jail, and he only got into a fight because he was bullied. But nobody gives kids like that a second chance, especially if they're kids of color and they're from tough areas. That African-American 12, 13, 14-year-old male is now seen as a threat. And I know that this kid is not a threat. The next week, another friend comes over, same age, from the same football team, and I'll be damned, he had an ankle bracelet too. He spent 5 nights in jail. And it reminded me why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I know that yoga training is an incredible way to manage anger and live a good life. But you can't bring it to kids and put it on the nose because, it's yoga and they don't want to do it. And they're not going to go to a studio. But if we bring it to the fields, if we bring it to the basketball courts, the gyms, the swimming pools where kids are, we're going to be very successful. So that's what's driving me. It's like, I can't help these kids by having them over to our house, preaching to them a little bit about staying out of trouble. I want to do it on a much bigger scale, on a national scale.
And as you told that story, it's like, hey, this is how you build self-esteem and stronger kids and families, keep families together. I mean, there seems like a much broader message than injury prevention.
I feel like when you talk about yoga, you get a lot more. And that's why I'm dedicated to it. But we can do it with athletic performance.